It's so easy to fall into the trap of buying things because we've just been told that that's what we're supposed to do.
That's what I do. I can't help myself.
But it doesn't have to be that way. And today I want to tell you a few of the things that I have stopped buying. Number one is throw pillows. The truth is that throw pillows, at least in our house, spend 99% of the time on the floor. They don't go in the spot where they're intended to go. They don't stay there, and they just make things more difficult.
Yeah, because throw pillows suck, okay?
So I've gotten rid of all of our throw pillows with the exception of 2 that we keep on our couch. We still do have a few on our bed, but I'm planning on narrowing down those as well. As soon as I pulled all of the throw pillows out of the living room, it just looked so nice, so neat, so simplified. I loved it, and I am not going back. Second thing is trinkety toys. I have 3 small children, and trinket type toys are so easy to pick up when you're at the store, when you're out and about. But honestly, those just pile up and create so much clutter in the house, and so I have completely stopped buying any sort of little trinket type toys for my kids. Next is bottled water. Bottled water, for the most part, just seems like something that's a complete waste unless you're saving it for an emergency situation. But I have taken to carrying around this ginormous thing.
Wow.
I'm a breastfeeding mom right now, and so hydration is essential. It really does remind me to drink and keeps me hydrated, and also might keep me from drinking other beverages that might not be as good for me. Definitely do not miss the bottled water, and don't miss storing it either. Next, holiday decor. Now this may be a touchy area for some people, especially when it comes to Christmas decorations, because the stores just always make everything so enticing. But the truth is that I found in our home, less really is better. I thoroughly enjoy what we have, and the stuff that we set out is stuff that I love. For instance, this garland right here, I picked that up at a thrift store for $5, and I've just kept it out through the spring and summer. I like the little pop of color there. We have a little more obviously in the way of Christmas decorations, but I have worked hard to keep that decluttered and keep that decor to a minimum and to not purchase any more, because quite honestly we don't need it, and the house looks plenty festive with what we already have. Instead, during the holidays, I treat myself to window shopping. I love walking through the store and enjoying it there, and then leaving the store, going home, and knowing that I don't have to maintain that item or store that item. Something else I no longer buy: Target dollar spot items, or I guess it's called Bullseye's Playground or whatever, but basically that front area right when you walk in the front entrance of Target. I used to be so bad. I would walk in there and I would browse through that area just to see what was in there, and wouldn't you know it, every single time I found 2 or 3 things that I needed. So I decided no more. I refuse to even go to that spot. I rarely walk into Target anymore anyway. If I need something, I'll look for it online, but this area has been such a trap for me. Inevitably, I would bring these cute little things home that I thought I was just gonna love and were gonna be so awesome, and then months later they would end up getting decluttered because I just didn't need them, we didn't want them, or I had to throw them away because they were cheap and they broke. I basically stopped purchasing things like that because it just isn't worth it to bring it home and then only get rid of it later. And then there's greeting cards. Now I will still occasionally, if I find a great card for my husband at the store, I'll pick it up for him, but on the whole I have stopped buying greeting cards. They are so absolutely expensive, number one, and number two, they rarely say exactly what I want them to say.
That was mumbo jumbo. There's nothing to it.
I have taken to making very simple homemade greeting cards. Now, don't get the wrong impression here. I am not some like scrapbooking creative, genius that makes these beautiful cards.
It's beautiful.
They're really basic. They're really simple. Let's just say that the beauty of the card is not in my creative skills and the heartfelt message that I write inside.
Don't quit your day job.
But honestly, I just feel like even if they're poorly made, that homemade cards just have something a little extra special that store-bought cards don't necessarily always have. And so for the most part, I have opted to make all of my greeting cards. Streaming services. Now this is something that doesn't take up space in our home, but it does take up money, and more importantly, it takes up time. Because yes, I am one of those people that if I have a streaming service, I will spend an hour deciding what to watch, and by the time I've actually decided and tried out 3 different options, I've used up all the time that I was going to spend watching TV deciding what to watch. Another one for me is coordinating jewelry and accessories. I am someone who used to enjoy having earrings that matched a particular outfit, or accessories, purses, whatever, that matched particular outfits.
Hi, words coming out?
And I have almost completely done away with that. I have streamlined my wardrobe in a major way. Stuff that can go with kind of black things, like I wear one of these things pretty much every day right now. I have cut down my jewelry and my accessories to where most of the stuff in my closet coordinates with each other, and I don't have a bunch of kind of single-use items. I have just found that for me, in order to keep my closet decluttered and keep my life as simple as possible. It has really paid for me in a major way to have my closet streamlined and to declutter those things that are just kind of one-time accessories or color coordinate with only a certain thing. It has just made my wardrobe life so much easier. This is another thing that I have cut out. Obviously, you don't buy coupons, but things that coupons will buy. I have basically cut couponing out of my life for two reasons. Number one, it takes a lot of time to coupon. Number two, I end up purchasing things that we don't actually need or use or eat as a family. There's a digital coupon or two that I happen to see when I am going to the store. I already have my list established. I know what I'm buying, and those coupons happen to fit with what I'm already buying. Then I will clip that digital coupon and use it. And coupons can kind of play into that trap too of the whole thing of, oh, I bought it because it was on sale. Sometimes with groceries and stuff like that, it makes sense. But with so many other things, I have found that there's many times that I've been attracted to buy something that I would never have bought, but because it's on sale, I'm like, ooh, we could use that. Ooh, no. Sure enough, I'm gonna get it home and I'm gonna think, we don't have space for this. Why did I buy this? Where am I gonna put it? Have you ever been there? Please tell me I'm not the only one. Oh, and if you are enjoying this video and getting some value out of it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there. Next is one and done toys. That kind of relates a little bit to trinket toys like I mentioned before, but there are toys that can be very expensive that are one and done toys. They have one use, that's it, there's nothing else you can do with them, and then they sit there and take up space and collect dust. I've tried to be very careful, especially in the last year or so as our kids are growing and toys come in the house. It's like, okay, what is something that our kids are going to use long term that they can use for a bunch of different things? You know, they call them like open-ended toys, which there's so many creative options for what they can do with them. But by and large, there are lots of toys out there that are just kind of one and done. They have one use, one purpose. The child plays with it a few times and then it's cast aside. And so I am through with one and done toys. We love things like a good wooden train layout, magnet tiles, Legos, Duplo blocks. These sorts of things are just never-ending play, and it's so cool because whatever the kids are into, they can find a way to kind of create around that with these different things that have so many uses. Now, you'll probably laugh at this one because it doesn't technically take up space in your house, and this is a channel about cleaning and decluttering and all that, but it's hair coloring. This is something that I used to buy, a service that I used to purchase when I was in my early 20s, and I determined after my last grow out happened somewhere in my mid 20s that I just wasn't going to do it anymore. But this is one of those things that takes time and it takes money, and I determined earlier on that I just wanted to let my hair go gray naturally.
Interesting.
If you color your hair, no judgment whatsoever. But this video is all about what I no longer buy, and that is one of those things, one of those services that I no longer buy. And honestly, I've been perfectly happy. Cheap organizing bins. They make so many promises when you buy them and they always let you down. They break so easily, and I've just found that they are not worth it in the long run. So for me, no more cheap organizing bins. If I need to purchase an organizing bin, I'm going to get one that is quality, that will stand the test of time. If I had $1 for every souvenir that I've bought on a vacation that I ended up either throwing away or decluttering, I'd have a lot of dollars. So my husband and I decided early on in our marriage that we would buy one special ornament from a vacation, and we have pretty well maintained that through the years. The whole idea of buying all these different things for all these different people, or just being so sure that there's all these little things that I'm going to want to have around my house to remember the vacation by, I have found that to not be true for our family. Honestly, for us, the photos are really where it's at. The last one is baby gear. When you have your first baby, you are often kind of sold through marketing that there's all this stuff that you have to have for your baby to be happy, to sleep, to grow, to be smart. And the truth is that you just need almost none of it. My husband and I had our third child a short while ago. It's been amazing to me just how much we have pared down the things that we have around the house that are baby related. Obviously, every kid is different. There is stuff that people swear by, like this bouncy seat. I would just encourage you, if you are having your first child, that you borrow some things first off and see if you like them. And I would not go back to having tons and tons of baby stuff. Well, that's my list. And if you are interested in more content like this, you might enjoy this video here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.